Does Iran have a nuclear bomb?
According to a survey in February 2026, about 1 in 4 Americans believe so. This same fear of Iran having a bomb is being used to justify a war with the country.
And if not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time.
If we didn't hit within 2 weeks, they would have had a nuclear weapon.
Here's what the experts say.
So Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons.
It has no program to have a weapon.
It has nuclear materials that could someday in the future be used to make nuclear weapons.
So Iran has no nuclear bomb. It has nuclear materials, or its nuclear stockpile. What does this mean? We need to talk about uranium.
There's a lot of uranium in the world, but to harness nuclear energy, uranium needs to be enriched.
Enrichment means increasing uranium's one variant that can trigger nuclear chain reaction, uranium-235.
This is done by spinning uranium gas in centrifuges. Spinning pushes the heavier and less useful uranium-238 to the sides, while the lighter and more useful uranium-235 concentrates in the middle. Uranium-235 makes up less than 1% of all uranium, so this is done in thousands of centrifuges.
The complication is this. The same process, if taken further, is a step towards making a nuclear bomb.
To harness energy in reactors, uranium only needs to be enriched to around 3 to 5% uranium-235.
In June 2025, Iran had an estimated 440 kilograms of uranium enriched to 60% uranium-235.
That actually is high enough to be used in a crude nuclear weapon. Typically, though, we say 90% or higher would be what is desired for a nuclear weapon.
Experts say that 440 kilograms of 60% enriched uranium is enough for about 10 crude atomic bombs.
It may sound alarming, but there are 3 things to consider. First, there is no public information about how much of that 60% enriched uranium is left after the US and Israeli airstrikes.
Since the first bombings of June 2025, Iran has refused assessments by international inspectors.
Second, turning uranium into a bomb is painstaking work.
The uranium gas has to be converted into solid metal, then shaped with extreme precision. Engineers must then design a triggering system that can set off conventional explosives in a perfectly synchronized burst, squeezing the uranium core so tightly and so fast within a fraction of a millisecond that it triggers a nuclear chain reaction.
Third, uranium enriched up to 60% could only create what experts have called crude weapons.
Now, those would be very large devices. They would not be deliverable by a missile, but they could be delivered by a truck or a ship or perhaps a submarine. That would not be a very reliable means of delivery.
There's also no public information whether Iran was in the process of making such bombs.